Star Trek. The Next Generation did its most underrated character dirty for no reason. When it comes to Star Trek, The Next Generation TNG, the show is often praised for its intelligent writing, strong moral storytelling, and deep character development. Over 7 seasons, TNG gave fans unforgettable portrayals of Jean-Luc Picard's diplomacy, Data's pursuit of humanity, and Worf's struggle with Klingon honor. Yet in the midst of these legends, one character, often standing just off to the side of the spotlight, never received the respect or depth she deserved. Despite her immense potential, TNG did its most underrated character dirty for no good reason. Dr. Beverly Crusher, the forgotten core of the Enterprise. From the start, Dr. Crusher was positioned as a crucial part of the Enterprise D crew. As chief medical officer, she wasn't just another Starfleet officer. She was the moral and emotional conscience of the ship. Where Picard approached problems with logic and command precision, Crusher saw the human cost of every decision. She was the one who comforted the injured, questioned the ethics of experiments, and reminded the crew that even in the vastness of space, compassion mattered. And yet, despite Gates MC Fadden's warmth and quiet strength in the role, TNG never truly gave Beverly the attention she deserved. Her medical genius was often relegated to a background function. She'd appear for a few minutes, deliver some technobabble about an alien virus, and then disappear until the next crisis. Her personal life, her inner conflicts, and even her deep connection with Picard were left frustratingly unexplored until late in the series. Season 2's worst mistake. Things went from bad to worse in Season 2, when MC Fadden was abruptly fired from the show. The official reason? Creative differences. In practice, it meant TNG lost one of its most humanizing presences. Dr. Pulaski, her temporary replacement, was written to mimic the crusty charm of Dr. M.C. Coy, but without Crusher's empathy. While Diana Muldaur did her best, Pulaski's cold pragmatism clashed with the spirit of the show. Fans noticed immediately. The chemistry between Crusher and the rest of the crew, especially Picard, was missing. There was no comforting voice in the sickbay, no emotional counterbalance to Data's logic or Worf's stoicism. When MC Fadden returned in Season 3, TNG immediately felt more grounded again. It was proof that Beverly wasn't just filler, she was part of the heart of the Enterprise. A brilliant doctor reduced to background. Even after her return, however, Beverly rarely got the kind of character-focused episodes that her crewmates enjoyed. Picard had the inner light. Data had the measure of a man. Even Troy, who also struggled for screen time early on, eventually received powerful arcs like Face of the Enemy. Crusher's standout episodes, like Remember Me or Suspicions, only offered fleeting glimpses of her depth. In Remember Me, she faces the terrifying possibility that she's losing her mind as people vanish from the ship, only to realize she's trapped in a warp bubble. It's one of the most compelling showcases of her intellect and resilience. Suspicions, where she breaks Starfleet protocol to defend a scientist's honor, shows her integrity and courage. But both episodes exist in isolation, with little continuity or emotional follow-through. The show seemed reluctant to let Beverly be more. She was never fully allowed to lead, to command, or even to have her voice matter in Starfleet politics the way Picard or Riker did. For someone who was canonically a brilliant doctor, mother, and decorated officer, she was too often written as the emotional support character rather than the powerful individual she was meant to be. The missed Picard romance. Perhaps the greatest injustice to Crusher's character was her unresolved relationship with Captain Picard. Their connection, rooted in mutual respect, shared loss, and quiet affection, was one of TNG's most intriguing dynamics. But the show danced around it endlessly, teasing emotional moments only to retreat before anything meaningful could develop. It wasn't until Star Trek, Picard decades later, that the truth came out. Beverly and Jean-Luc had a child together, and she raised him in secret. While that revelation gave her long overdue complexity, it also highlighted how much TNG wasted her potential. Fans had known for years that there was more to their story, yet the original series never gave them the emotional resolution they deserved. The choice to sideline Beverly's relationship with Picard wasn't just a missed romantic opportunity, it was a thematic loss. Their bond could have been the perfect exploration of balancing personal connection and Starfleet duty, a recurring tension across all Star Trek series. Instead, that emotional terrain went unexplored, the legacy that deserved better. Beverly Crusher represented the best of Star Trek: intellect, empathy, and moral conviction. She didn't need to punch aliens or command fleets to matter. Her power came from her humanity. In an era when female characters were often defined by their romantic subplots or their relationship to men, Crusher stood out as an independent, professional woman who commanded respect without demanding it. And yet, the writers never seemed to know what to do with her. She was too often son Wesley,